Okay, great. So the first question we got in from all of our members who have been sending through questions over the last few weeks, dying to pick your brain here, but they wanted to find out, you work with young innovators and entrepreneurs every day. Is there a commonality that you see in terms of personality that drives innovation or in an entrepreneurial setting? So what are the commonalities you see between the successful innovators that you work with?
So I think there are a few things. I think, for me, the first is this deep sense of curiosity. Sense of curiosity about what's happening in their own communities, but also what's happening within a certain territory that they're interested in. So there's always this awareness, what's happening to society, what's happening in community, but also like trying to figure out like how it works. So with the curiosity, there's also this kind of like engineering mind that wants to understand how the system works. So looking at as a whole, but also like kind of like breaking it apart to see what are the mechanics that keep it together. And this goes from actual product-based solutions to just how society works, unpacking it and reconstructing it. And then I would say there is this habit of operating both in the present, but also in the future. So kind of like doing the operational stuff, but always kind of like checking over your back and looking at almost like next frontier sort of thinking. Then I have about 2 or 3 more. So there is this idea of like constant movement with entrepreneurs. So I think what I love the most is that even when there's a lack of confidence, you may recognize that you have imposter syndrome and fear, but moving anyway, like just climbing on top of it, and your confidence will catch up in the action. I would also say like there's it kind of goes between the optimistic and the pessimistic. So I wouldn't say there's one key way of looking at the world, but again, within that, it's the action. So I may be super cynical about what's going on, but what am I doing it? I may be super optimistic, but how do I use that optimism to create forward motion? And then I would say there's always this obsession with some kind of idea, whatever that idea is. And quite often people are stuck with one key idea, and you'll find them manifesting it in different ways. So people may create multiple startups or multiple ventures over time. They may even go and get a job, but kind of like take that key idea with them. It's kind of like stuck to you for life. It's like your shadow. And there's often dissatisfaction with the status quo. So there's quite a few things, but I would say overarching, this looking to the future, curiosity, and forward motion.